3, 2, 1, go. Alright, and we're off. Playing this on the Hidden Mansion version because we do all of our speed runs on this file. Alright, so you may notice, as with any other game, that I'm playing on the Japanese version because it's faster. There's less text in this game, and there are certain Japanese exclusive only text skips that you can get with booze later on in the run. So yeah. Gonna watch this cutscene and we're gonna be underway. Alright, and since this is 100%, I'm gonna be collecting money. We need 100 million by the end of the run, so we can get the A rank, otherwise the run does not count as 100%. So to ensure that I get 100%, I'm probably gonna get some backup gems that I normally would not get when I'm going for PB attempts. And you may notice right here that after you collect a key, normally a mini-map would pop up showing Luigi where we need to go next. But that didn't pop up there. So by resetting the console on the same frame that you open the map, for whatever reason it just disables it entirely. So here I'm going to move and manipulate to the best possible location so I can get a quick double. I'm going to be doing that again here. Nice. So back in the day, we would double these ghosts up, but the ghosts in this game spawn in waves, and the next wave is triggered after you catch the ghost on the right. So, okay. Poisonous mushroom. You want to avoid those at all costs. Getting hit by one of those is extremely detrimental, because you just can't do anything for about 10 seconds, so just sit there doing nothing. And I also had to avoid the Speedy Spirit due to that mushroom being literally in front of the wardrobe. Alright, so now EGAD's telling us about portrait ghosts. So, unlike the regular ghosts that we've been fighting, there's only one of each portrait ghost, and that's something that that makes this game very interesting, because each portrait ghost has their own unique characteristics, if you will, and that's kind of what makes this game so great. So yeah, with each portrait ghost, we have to defeat them in numerous ways. So you saw for that first guy, I just had to turn my back to him, and when he yawned, he showed his heart. For this, we just pull back this curtain, and the breeze will come in, and she'll show her heart. Pretty self-explanatory. So yeah. Each portrait ghost drops pearls, and they're extremely imperative to the 100 million that I need by the end of the run. So, ensuring that I get 1 cycles is extremely important. Because there's one pearl in particular that's worth more than the others. The big pearl is worth a whopping 1 million. So, this portrait ghost, Chauncey, is actually a little different from the other portrait ghosts that we fought. This is actually an area boss, so at the end of each area, there's going to be an area boss. The area bosses are the coolest because they're each fought in their own, like, cool arenas. So, you'll notice here, we're actually in Chauncey's crib. Shrunk Luigi down, put us inside of the crib. So right off the bat here, I'm going to be moving to the right side so I can get this rocking horse to charge at me as fast as possible, and then I'm going to go to the left side so I can do that too. Just so we can speed up the cycle. And I'm going to be lining myself up for a ball catch here. I intentionally let him go early there. That's because you actually cannot one-cycle this Portrait Ghost. And if you get him below 50 HP, then he'll throw an extra cycle of rocking horses at you, losing about 3 seconds. So if you keep him at 50 or above, he'll just throw the normal 2 rocking horses at you. So, faster just to do it this way. So I got hit on purpose there, because otherwise this ball would have caused me to take damage, but by having invincibility frames, we just catch it. And after each area, we're rewarded with a special key. So yeah, area 1 is done. It's the shortest of the 4 areas, only going about 6 minutes. So yeah, after each area, we just have a little bit of downtime here. Just do whatever you want. If you gotta go run to the restroom, you have time to do that. Yeah, we're just basically turning the ghosts we've caught back into portraits. And then we're also gonna get to have a first look at our money pace. At the end of each area, we get to see how much money we collected. So after area 1, I typically try to have about 4 million. So let's see here. And that was about 3.9. That's okay. I can work with that. So yeah, when it comes to double doors, I'm intentionally going through the left door. That's because Luigi pushes the door open rather than pulls it open, and its pushing animation is about a second faster than his pulling animation. So when it comes to double doors, you always want to go through the left door. Alright, so I'm going to get grabbed intentionally so I can shake that guy off next to the other ghost, and I can get a quick double. Alright, now we're coming up to the first bit of RNG in the run. So, there are these dancing ghosts that will either show their heart 10 seconds early or 10 seconds late. If we get the early cycle, we call that early release. And there's nothing we can do about it, it's just up to the discretion of the game whether or not we get it, so... We'll see right after we fight these Shy Guy ghosts, if we get it. Hey, we got it. And again, it's just up to the game whether or not we get it. There's nothing that I can do that would alter me getting that. You did bless my run, Deathline. Thank you very much. So since I missed the Wardrobe Speedy Spirit, I'm just gonna get this Storage Room Speedy Spirit instead. Oh my god, another mushroom. I've spawned like 4 mushrooms this run. Oh my god. That's actually why I didn't get the Wardrobe Speedy Spirit, because there was a mushroom right in front of the wardrobe. That's like the 4th mushroom this run. If there's a mushroom in that bucket like there was just now, it has a very high chance of hitting you, and I'm Absolutely amazed that I didn't get hit by that. So yeah, we've just released all the boos throughout the mansion. 50 plus King Boo is 51. So yeah, we done screwed up. So now EGAD's telling us that we're stupid for releasing the boos. And now he's telling us about this feature that he put on the Game Boy Horror called the Boo Radar. And whenever there's a boo or some round object nearby, it'll flash yellow, and the closer we get to it, it blinks faster, and it'll eventually turn red. So we use this to our advantage. So the reason I'm backtracking right now is because I need 5 boos to proceed with the next part of the game. There are certain checkpoints like that, like here I need 5, later on I'll need 20, and then 40. Which in the typical any percent no out of bounds run, we would only beat the game with 40 boos because that's how many we need to access the final boss, but this is 100%, so we're getting all 50. That switch was actually really good. So I tried going for a tech skip there in that first room, but it didn't work out because the actual boo was under the cloth. I have to pull the cloth off in order to spawn him. I was honestly contemplating just going for boo double. Nah, I can't kill my run. Not like this. So the strat that I'm doing to keep these boos in place, it's called R pumping. So by holding down the left trigger and tapping the right trigger every 10 HP, it stuns the boos for a total of 15 cackles. So whenever I do a pump, the boo cackles, and after 15 cackles, for whatever reason, the boo becomes unstun locked and leaves the room. Well, I wouldn't necessarily kill it. It would just be a big time loss if I missed it. And, like, let's say the boo went into Lugs' room. That would mean I would have to go up to Neville's room and get his boo just so I could get past the 5 boo checkpoint. Which is actually this room that we're in right now. So, Toad locked the washroom, and after we collect 5 boos, he unlocks it so we can get the key out of the toilet and proceed on with the next part of the game. Alright, so now we're here in the mirror room. This room's a little wonky because these ghosts actually don't spawn in the foreground. We can only see them in the mirror. But you know, us being speedrunners, we know where they spawn. It's like second nature to us. And did you see that? I just got that double. That was pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna suck up this boo and walk into the fire medallion at the same time so we can skip this wall of text that EGAD would give us. Alright, so doing this trick saves about 6 seconds over what we used to do. We would just read through the text, but it's actually faster to just save and quit so we can skip all that text. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get the water and ice medallions. EGAD just goes in depth and explains what to do with the medallion. Alright, so now that I have fire, I can do quite a few things. One being, I can skip the animation of Luigi pulling out his flashlight when going from a lit room to a dark room. So you'll notice that whenever I enter a dark room, Luigi will stop for a second, pull out his flashlight. But if I just press L at a certain time to spray my element, it'll just skip that animation entirely, and he'll get a little boost from doing so as well. Alright, so this is Mario's hat. This is foreshadowing some future event that we have to do in the run. So we have to collect 5 of Mario's personal belongings and take them to the fortune teller, and she will tell us exactly what happened to Mario. Alright, another unique thing that having an element can do is I can perform a pearl dupe with it, so we'll see if I get that here. I did not. But basically what a pearl dupe is by walking into a pearl and sucking it up on the same frame, it duplicates it for whatever reason. So, to avoid the animation of Luigi stopping and pulling out his vacuum, if I just spray my element, it skips that animation, and he'll just continue walking. So that's why I need the element to do pearl dupes. You know, if I don't get any pearl dupes, that's fine, because I am going to go for some backup gems in this run, just to ensure that I get the 100 million at the end. Oh, that did not work out. I was hoping to get laundry boot tech skip. Usually by this point I like to have a little bit more money. I think it's primarily because I wasn't able to get the wardrobe speedy spirit, as I've said before. Which is kind of unfortunate. So for this room, we just need to knock on all these instruments. So we can trigger the ghost. Everyone fanboys over. So here she's going to play 2 songs. She's either going to play the underwater theme from the original Super Mario Brothers, or she's going to play the Super Mario Bros. 3 theme. The underwater theme is actually the most optimal theme because we don't have to menu at all, we just have to spam the A and B button, which is what we got there. Okay, he moved into the piano. That's good. Didn't have to go searching for him. Ooh, that was kind of sloppy. Alright, this run's still pretty good. A 1940 water. I will take that. Alright, so we're actually going to come back to this later, because we have to come back here to water the plant after each area, which you will see here in just a second. So this plant right here is very crucial to getting 100% because it has a very special gem inside of it that we get when we watered it for the last time that it'll spawn, and that gem is worth 20 million. There's only 2 of them in the entire game, so just getting one of them is a fifth of the game's completion. So yeah, very important. Still no dupes yet. Maybe I'll get one soon. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of Area 2 here. This is Bogmire. He's the Area 2 boss. So yeah, unlike Chauncey, this boss can actually be one-cycled. The only 2 bosses that cannot be one-cycled are Chauncey, who we've already fought, and the final boss. The final boss has 500 HP. So yeah, as you can see, got that no problem.
Alrighty, while we're progressing from Area 2 to Area 3, we have a mission. We have
Yeah, man, go for it.
$22.45 from Anonymous with no comment, and they put that towards the... I believe it was the Kirby. Yeah, they put it towards the Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland cent category. So that's currently at $42.45 out of 60. And we're currently at $135, so only $40 away from being able to run Luigi's Mansion any percent out of bounds after this run.
You heard the man. $40, and I torture myself after this run.
Very entertaining.
Yes. Alright, so I try to have about 19 million after Area 2. So I currently have 18.4. So, you know, the money pace could be a little better, but, I mean, we can still work with this. Ooh. Walking up ramps is hard. Alright, so we now know of Mario's whereabouts, which, you know, going to the fortune teller really doesn't make sense at this point, since we only have one of Mario's belongings, and we need 5 of them. Yet we already know where he is. So she's just gonna be telling us information that we already know. Alright, so usually I don't go for the Speedy Spirit in my route, but you know, backup gems, marathon run. Alright, so I'm almost confident that this guy died of a steroid overdose. So, yeah. So we just need to punch him with these punching bags 3 times, then he'll show us heart. Bad RNG. One thing that I must say is that the Boo in this room is never on the side of the room that I catch Biff on. If I catch him over on this side, the Boo's gonna be on the right side. If I catch him on the other side, Boo's on the left side. Also, another mushroom. So the reason that I just shot that water through the floor is because this door was actually on fire that I just walked through, and when you extinguish a fire door, it takes about 5 seconds for the smoke to clear before you can actually walk through it. And because hitboxes are cool, we can just shoot it through the floor, and the smoke clears as we're walking upstairs, so that's fast. Ooh, okay. So the Boo should have left there, but I guess my ice element sprayed him. That's probably what arguably makes ice the best element, because you can actually freeze Boos with this element and they'll stay in place. So like, let's say you need to open a chest or something during a Boo suck up, you can just freeze them and you have time to do that. They will not go anywhere. Which is something that I'm actually going to be doing here. Assuming I play my cards right. There we go, I got a dupe. Ah, damn. I got worse luck. It's always awful when you get terrible luck in rooms like this that are so wide, because the Boo locations are so spread out that if you don't find him right away, you're losing a lot of time. And it's also very unfortunate when that Boo's on the left side, because we used to get Nana on the left side back in the day, but there are more locations on the right, so he's more likely to be on the right side. But in that situation, he wasn't. I'm just gonna leave that pro. Need fire for this next part. We have to start the satanic ritual. Yeah, so my Boo RNG this run has been pretty awful. That's usually how it goes when I do runs. My luck just sucks. Sell my soul to Miyamoto. Yep. Exactly. He's lucky I bought this game. I bet Miyamoto watches my live streams. He gets to watch me suffer. Yeah, you really gotta weigh which one's better there. Probably better Boos for no early release. That probably would have been the better deal. Alright, so now we're doing some backtracking here. Gonna be going into this room, but we'll be back here in a second. We're gonna take care of this room first, the projector room. This is just like the mirror room. We can't see these ghosts in the foreground, only in the background. But unlike the mirror room, you can only see these ghosts' shadows, so making it a little harder. And I didn't know that that guy spawned. I didn't hear him. Solid double. Now I'm gonna go for a triple. Nice. Finally, I got first try Boo. I'm not gonna spawn that in time. I accidentally moved my C-stick, so I have to get a backup here and go for the Speedy Spirit. Oh, this is not good. I might not get this one cycle. Balls are in interesting spots. Okay, we got it. So, I was gonna try to go for that ceiling fan there, but that ceiling fan is so sensitive that if your vacuum is just slightly out of line of where it should be, it won't spawn. So we have that Speedy Spirit as a backup, but most go for the Speedy Spirit over the ceiling fan anyways, just because it's safer. But the only reason that going for the ceiling fan is arguably better is because it skips the gym cutscene, which is about 6 seconds long. And the ceiling fan only has like 100k less, which is practically nothing. Area 3 is probably the worst area, because It's practically all luck. Even this boss fight here, it's all luck. Because they can be in any of these 5 boxes, and as you can see, this one's in the worst box, so shit luck. There is a speedy spirit up here, however, that I'm gonna get. Ooh. Rip fire. So if you're holding down your fire element, or any element for that matter, as a booze spawning, the game registers the last input that you were holding, so it just held down the L trigger for me and I just sprayed through my elements in that cutscene. Now I can finally show off the tech skip that I wanted to show off back when we first spawned the booze, because you can do it right here if the booze in any location. So after you suck up a boo and immediately suck off a cloth after that, the game registers the last thing that Luigi sucked up, and the knockback just from the cloth just causes the text to be skipped. It's pretty nice. Okay, I am gonna get this gem right here. So yeah, this is the fortune teller as I mentioned earlier. So this is just like a minute 30 of straight mashing. Again, she's just telling us things that we already know about Mario. So yeah, this is probably the most optimal way to get carpal tunnel, if for any reason you want carpal tunnel. So what would actually be fast, since I have this gem spawned, is I suck up the fortune teller and collect the gem as the chest is spawning, so I can skip the chest cutscene. I grabbed it too early. Alright, so... oh wait, I forgot to split. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back for the plant. The reason I didn't go for it at the start of Area 3 is because we need ice to spawn the ghosts in the safari room. And usually we would stop in the tea room, take a short detour in the tea room just to get the ice. But there's actually ice in the fridge here. So we can save the time of not going in the tea room, which is about 7 seconds. We can just get the ice here. So, you know, there's no need to take that detour. So, in turn, we're saving time. So I'm gonna open the fridge. the water so I can go to the plant. Now I can just grab the ice. And we're on our way. Shit. So yeah, this is why I have ice, because these ghosts have the water element, and you probably can't see it, because as they're spawning, I'm spraying my ice element over their spawn point, and that just gets rid of their elemental barrier before they even spawn. Which is a nice time saver. Alright, so this is Boolossus, boss of Area 3. So our boo count is going to skyrocket after we beat this boss, because this boss is comprised of 15 boos. And what doesn't make sense to me is the fact that we freeze these boos to suck them up. They just... I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why we can't do that with the other boos in the mansion. We can do them here. I snipe. So yeah, that's probably the hardest boss to do casually, but the speedrun strat is so nice. Alright, we got more downtime. Just want to remind you gamers again that we're about $40 from the any percent bonus run after this 100% run. So get those donations in. It's a very fast, quick-paced run. Lots of glitches to be shown off. Alright, so I try to have about 42 million after Area 3. So if I'm right around there, I'm doing good, which I anticipate that I am, due to the fact that I got a dupe and got 2 backup gems. One gem worth a million, and the other worth 500k. No, I'm at 41.8. Interesting. Alright, so this is the gem that I was talking about earlier. It's a gold diamond. One of these is worth 20 million, so that's why it's very crucial to the run. Because one of those is literally just a fifth of the game's completion, and there's 2 of them. So, both of those combined are almost half. So yeah, now we're gonna go start Area 4. I'm using sidestep controls because once the blackout starts, there's going to be ghosts spawning all over the place. But as long as I have my ghosts, or as long as I have my flashlight on a ghost spawn point, then they can't spawn at all. So that's the reason for being in sidestep. That's also the reason as to why I have my flashlight pointed to the ceiling when I'm in dark hallways. That way, the ghosts that spawn out of the ceiling can't scare Luigi. And when Luigi gets scared, he stops in his tracks and jumps. So that wastes some time. So there would be ghosts spawning all over this balcony, but like I said, I've got my flashlight on their spawn point, so they can't spawn at all. You can actually get through this blackout without spawning a single ghost. I'm gonna intentionally spawn one here just so I can cut through. And this guy's just like the Werlindas, except this guy is not guaranteed to show his heart at a specific time. As you can see, I'm getting very bad luck. Oh my god, come on. Are you kidding me? Wow. I don't believe it. That was awful. How long was that? That had to be like 20 seconds. So yeah, he can show his heart like right when you walk in the door, or like 40 seconds later, but it's very uncommon to get worse than like 15, and that was really, really bad. So as I stated previously, boos have 15 cackles before they leave the room, and if you time your pumps right, that means you can get 150 HP before they leave the room. But this boo has 200 HP, and he can actually be one-cycled if we play our cards right. Oh man, yeah, he double cackled up the ass there. There was no way, even though I got the charge. But yeah, he can be one-cycled by doing longer pumps and by moving him to the left side of the room. Alright, so I am gonna check and see if he went back in there. He did not. Alright, so we'll see him later. Yeah, Area 4 consists of a lot of walking. Because, you know, we started at the top when we triggered the blackout. We had to go down. Now we have to walk from the basement all the way to the attic. Alright, so just like the twins, instead of there being 2 twins, there's actually 3 of these guys. So making this a little bit harder than the twins fight. You know, if you know what you're doing, you can make quick work of these guys. I am saving the purple guy for last, since he has the pearls. I don't want to get shot by their pump guns. Can't dupe today. I got 1, but I could definitely use another. Wait, what? Interesting. I don't know how that double worked. It did, though. Alright, now we have to deal with these Area 4 boos, and they are most definitely the hardest. Because these guys have 300 HP, meaning they cannot be one-cycled at all. Oh wow, he just switched into that. Alright, so I'm gonna try to manipulate this guy to go down so I can just finish him off really quick. Good. Okay, that's the decoy, because the boo in this room just switched. So I know that the boo is not under that cloth. This room's pretty cool. It's performed perfectly. This room lags a lot, because, there's so much, like, stuff in this room. So many armor statues, so many chests. So, yeah, this game runs in 30 FPS, but this room in particular runs at about maybe 10 to 15. Nice. That's really good luck. He's in one of the statues on the right side. Also, I didn't mention, but when we do any % no out of bounds runs, we actually skip the optional portrait ghosts, and this being one of them. There are 5 optional portrait ghosts in this game. They were Mr. Lugs, who was the fat guy, Biff Atlas, the buff dude in the gym, Slim Bankshot, the billiards player, and this is the 4th one. We haven't met the last one yet. I can never read this room properly. Okay, so I'm gonna try to manipulate this guy down as well. Good. Good. Alright, we have 1 boo left. 1 more 300 HP boo. As I said, he's not under that cloth. That's the decoy. Alright, so I want him to go up because I'm going there next. You never go. He never goes up. This boo is just so disobedient. Alright, he definitely just double cackled. Alright. Yeah, I lost a pretty good amount of time from him not going up. Alright, so I think that I am going to get the gym in this room. Just because my coin count's pretty low. If I get this and the altar gem, then that means that I should have 100 million. And this is also just as a cushion to ensure that I don't mess up Western Soupy. Usually you would never get this gem. Went through the right door there. Interesting. Alright, so this is the only 300 HP boo that can actually be one-cycled because he moves so slow that you can just stand in front of him and manipulate him to opposite sides of the room. However, that dude was not listening. despite me standing in front of him, he just wasn't having it. Just like the telephone room boo. Alright, so we're coming up on probably the hardest portrait ghost in the game. This is Sir Weston. Ice physics can definitely screw you over here, because while you're sucking this guy up, you're sliding all over the place. Alright, nice, we got him. There we go, we got another dupe. So I think because of that, I can skip Alter Gem. Alright, there's 2 boos in here. I just remembered. Nice, he just switched right there. Epic. Alright, so, walking up for the last time. We have to take a small detour in this room, so we can get the last optional portrait ghost. Alright, so this portrait ghost probably plays, I'd say it probably comes in at a close second to Weston. She's not really that hard of a portrait ghost. The only problem that most people have with her is the clown dolls on each side of the room that comes and flies at you. They're a big pain, because if those hit you, then you're screwed. You're out of a big pearl. Let's see how we do here. Alright, nice. That clown doll on the right was after me, so I had to do some juking. There we go, we got another dude. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna try to do something cool here. Go for a boo double. Please leave the room. There we go. That's the boo double. Alright, so this is the final portrait ghost before the final boss. This is Vincent Van Gogh. So some lore behind this game. He actually created all the normal ghosts that we've been fighting throughout the entire run. So, you know, the ghosts listed on his paintings there, he created them. And now before we can take him down, we have to take down 3 ghosts from each set. Oh wow, I am missing these triples. Alright, final boo, and after we get this boo, we'll get the second gold diamond. If I can do it correctly, I can save and quit with the gold diamond in hand. That's if I position the boo correctly while backing into a wall. It's also very risky to go for because you're at risk of clipping the gold diamond out of bounds. If I can do it, I will go for it. Ah. Dang. Landed on that thing. That's okay. At least it didn't clip out of bounds. Alright, so now we have the final boss, and we're done. I'm gonna finish this with a 112-26 or something like that. Maybe not, because those dust piles were kind of bad. Let's see what we're finishing with here. 112-27. Alright, so after we beat this guy, I have to check my money count at the end of the run, just to ensure that we got 100% and the run does count. Which I'm pretty confident that we got it, because I got some backup gems and 3 pearl dupes, so there's no way that we didn't get it. 101.2. That's actually pretty solid, because I didn't anticipate that I'd get that many pearl dupes. So yeah, you might be on par with that guess. Dang, that was a really good first cycle. Alright, we're coming up on time. As soon as King Boo's all the way in the vacuum, that will be time. Alright, time. 1:12:27 on my timer. Alright, so now we're just gonna check out this money count. Make sure we have the 100 million. And then we'll be done. So I'm guessing that the bonus run did not get met.
Well, speaking of money count, a very generous $40 anonymous donation came in at the end of the run that said, let's see this bonus game. Also putting towards 5 hot dogs for Kirby Air Ride. Wow.
Oh wow, so it did get met.
Exactly on the dot.
Epic.
So thank you to everyone who's donated so far to make this one happen. Right after this, we are going to be seeing Luigi's Mansion 80% Out of Bounds by HD as well. Which is full of excitement. Out of bounds walking in bats. Lots of bats.
Exciting. But yes, I do have a backup file because it's a very risky category, and in case I need that backup, I do have it ready. Alright, here we go. Do we have it? Ooh, wow, that was way over. 102.4.